Good. Gen Con, yeah.
Mike, tell us a little bit about this.
So from what I know, and there is a little bit of assuming I'm doing, Gen Con has always had a trade and educator day. I know because one of the first years I went to Gen Con was as a teacher, and I went on Wednesday. And so they have panels and things along those lines.
Free ticket.
Oh, yeah, is it? No.
No, but it does allow you, it did give you some, allowed you to get into the vendor hall early. Anyway.
I love it.
Now, I think that they have added to the trade day, which is still the Wednesday before the con opens, and they are going to make a kind of a display area, from what I can tell, that publishers will put out games. And why this might be exciting is that it sounds like what Essen has done for many years, that I experienced for the first time last year, where they had an entire room dedicated to most of the high-profile games and many of the smaller games as well. You walked through the day before, if you had a press pass or a particular badge, and you could see the games and you could talk to the publishers, many times talk to the designers.
Take photos, what have you.
That kind of
thing. That's
thing.
always sort of concentrates
Yes.
the new releases in a much smaller footprint.
Right.
Allow you to take in what's new, what's hopping, without having to walk the entirety of the Gen Con exhibit hall.
I'm kind of surprised it's taken Gen Con this long.
I agree.
Although I just looked on the website, it looks like this is still focused on teachers. So
Oh, interesting. Okay. They need, if that's the case, they really, this is
I don't care who I would be.
Yeah.
I could have the most uneducational game. I'd be like, I need to be there.
Yeah, I think whether this is what Essen is now, it should become that, I believe. It's something that they should take on.
All right. One of the oldest games that we have in the Dice Tower library is Acquire. And Acquire has now is coming from Renegade Games. So Renegade Games has some sort of partnership. We're not sure all the details with Hasbro.
Right.
This, you can see, has the Hasbro logo on it. Hasbro owns the rights to a lot of games that Renegade has acquired the rights to. Axis and Allies, Diplomacy, Robo Rally, Squad Leader. I have no idea what they're doing with any of these games.
Yeah.
Wait, Renegade now has Squad Leader?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder, they're obviously going to be hitting a different market than Hasbro is. And I wonder, are they trying to just widen the scope of who's going to be potentially coming across this game?
So they're republishing Acquire, though. They are putting one out?
They are. So from what I read, they're planning to keep it quiet. They're not planning to make changes, as far as I've read on it. And they're going to try to make it look like the plastic Avalon Hill one with the nice pieces and all. That's the nicest version. That's what we have in the library.
Yeah.
It's coming later in 2023, and there will be a championship at Gen Con.
Done.
I'm curious how well this will do. There's no question Acquire is a classic, great game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that at all. No one checks it out of the Dice Tower library almost ever. It was checked out once on the cruise, and I was glad that it was.
Yeah.
I wonder how well these... We've been watching lots of companies are rushing back to find old games and reprint them, and they often don't do particularly well.
It's about finding... There's a point where a game was too popular before, i.e., everybody who wanted one, I'm being hyperbolic, has one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to hit that sweet spot where it's not a game no one cares about. That's why they didn't sell that many.
Right.
It's a game that people did care about and they did not sell that many because they didn't make that many. Right? That's where you want to reprint and hit that, Acquire has been around since the 60s. I feel like it's readily available. You can get this.
It's pretty much always been in print, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's thousands of copies that you can get on, but most of them aren't nice. Like the Avalon Hill we have is pretty expensive if you go to get that on the second.
Maybe that's the way to pitch it then. We're making a deluxe Acquire.
Yeah, a deluxe that is accessible.
It's not. We're not trying to necessarily, like, the main primary focus is not new players discovering this. It's players who know it can finally have their deluxe
you can
Acquire.
have a nicer version.
They can have their cake and eat it too.
Refrigerated.
From a vending machine. Acquire is a game that I'm sure a lot of people, if you're watching this, have not played. It's just...
it's an older game.
I don't even think everyone here in Dice Tower Studios has played it.
Probably
likely.
not.
I've played it.
I've played it, yeah.
Well, we're the oldest people here.
Watch your
Roy,
mouth.
have you played Acquire?
No.
Boom. Thank you.
Youngsters.
Anyhow, I'm curious how well this will do. And I know every time we mention this and everything, people are like, well, I really want it. Well, that's great.
That's good.
And fantastic. Renegade does do a good job, so we'll see. All right. In a confusing naming convention, Ravensburger has a game coming out Disney Villains, which I'm sure won't get confused at all with Disney Villainous, with the same theme.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
It even looks like the same font, but it's a different company because Villainous. Oh, is Villainous from Ravensburger? Maybe it is.
I thought so.
It might be, actually, yeah.
Well, anyway,
This is an old Leo Colavini game about onions.
My interest in this is almost as negative as you can get because Leo Colavini games aren't usually my jam, although a card game might be more interesting.
Might be, yeah.
But it's...
From what I understand, well, go ahead. Talk about what it was.
Uno rolls. You're putting cards on piles by color or number.
This is an old classic Colavini game, one of those, like, buy it everywhere kind of games.
Yeah.
It's been reprinted a few times with different themes. The most popular of which apparently is indeed onions. But yeah, I mean, this is Uno-esque, which is cool. I mean, hopefully this is everywhere.
It will probably sell well. This theme is particularly just who cares.
Right.
Also, that it's good to be bad in a box.
I think that's
pathetic catchphrase.
But I think that's a Disney catchphrase. I don't think that's coming from Ravensburger. I think I've heard that catchphrase before coming from Disney.
I'm looking up the Villainous game right now. So the font is quite different. So
Villainous is Ravensburger, it says in the chat. So
yeah, okay. So there's Ravensburger Wonder Forge.
Yeah.
So
you're so wrong. I'm all over Disney Villains, the card game.
I still think it's weird that they're naming these two things similarly, but whatever. Also, what is with this fascination of being the villain? I get doing it occasionally.
I suppose. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't bother me too much.
Well, let's be good guys now.
Okay.
Disney's also coming out with not Disney. Ravensburger's also coming out with Disney Around the World. It's a kids game about traveling around in a balloon collecting stamps for passports. I suspect, looking at this cover, that this game is similar to their.
It's a Small World.
It's a Small World.
It looks very much like that.
Which is a very, very simple game. As you move through the Small World. And then you have these cards. You're like, do I see this person anywhere in the area I just moved into? Yes.
Like it doesn't
Great
even
little kids game.
Reading skills or anything. It's a very young game.
So I wonder, this looks
4+.
I would almost wonder if this is the same type of game where now we're traveling around the world and looking for Disney characters.
That's probably.
It's gotta be. Yeah.
I can see that.
So
I'd rather play Disney Villains, the card game. It's good to be bad.
But we're not done with Disney. Now we have Disney Word Around. Word Around is from Think Fun. It's not from Ravensburger. And you use Disney movie knowledge to find the answers. So you're looking, each of these cards, when you flip it over, you'll take a card, you flip it over, and you look at the next card in the pile. The next card will be red, yellow, or blue.
Okay.
So then the card you just flipped over, you need to find a word that's in there. So you start, so that blue one there is Mufasa. See, I see the M, and it's Mufasa. And
I guess I don't get. What do you mean find a word? Like you need to know where to start?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you got to pick a letter and start.
But they're not scrambled letters.
They're not.
Got it.
So the one above that is Lee Book. Book. Jungle Book.
Jungle Book. Okay. The other one's blocked.
The middle one's not blocked.
Yeah, it is. The yellow one.
There's a Shemef. Mif. She. Mif. He Mifs.
Sheriff, guys. Sheriff.
Oh, Sheriff.
Sheriff.
You're right.
Sheriff. Okay, got it.
I didn't know what that letter was.
This reminds me, for some reason, of what was the thing you used to you'd put them in the thing and you'd look at them.
What is that called?
No, the viewfinder is
Viewfinder. It looks like a viewfinder.
It, I mean, the round card thing, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I actually like this game. It's a fun, quick game to play with kids.
Sure.
A Disney thing is fine. Although Sheriff is one of those times you're like stretching. I was like, what's that from? Oh.
That's from Robin
Toy
Hood.
Story.
Oh, could be from Toy Story, too.
No, that's clearly from Robin Hood.
Yeah, Sheriff Nottingham.
Isn't Woody a sheriff?
Nah.
No, is he?
Woody's a doll.
He's alive! All right.
You are a toy!
Let's get off Disney here. District Noir. This is a game that you guys said you played, right?
We played and reviewed it, Mike and I.
Yeah, just recently.
Well, this is a small...
It was called Throne and Grail originally, right, Z?
Yes, a little tiny Japanese, I believe, card game.
Well, now Pandasars is bringing it to the U.S. So that looks good, that picture. Those cards look great. Are those cards... Is that the size they were in the original game?
What do you mean, the original game? Well, there's, again, Throne and Grail is this old not old. It's this tiny little Japanese card game, very small.
Right.
It got reprinted just last year. I picked up this at Essen. In this format, these cards are sort of tall format style.
Tarot cards almost?
No,
Kind of, a little smaller than
yeah.
that, maybe. And so this is the printing, which is a French printing,
Right.
that is being picked up now.
By Panda
Got
Friends.
it. Okay.
Nominated
three-
for
sort
the
of three steps.
Osdor, the French kind of.
It's a
Yeah, the
two-player
Ace
game.
of Gold
Did you
like it?
award. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a quirky little two-player game with some push your luck, a little bravado,
A little shoot the moon thing going
Yeah.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All right, I lied to you because Mike decided to put this in between the Disney news. We're back to Disney.
You saw it, Tom.
Oh, yeah, I approved it.
Yes.
This is actually the one I'm most excited about. It's a Disney Dixit.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's fantastic.
That makes sense.
If I'm just going by this one image we have here.
Right.
But if that's the way the cards look, I'm happy with that.
yeah, that would be cool.
They didn't show much. There was one little kind of clip of an artist drawing some of this, one of the cards, and it looks great. I mean, I think this is a mix that makes sense.
My only worry about this is an 80. It says there's 84 cards. That's very few compared to. I think Dixit has more than that.
Not the original. No, Dixit out the gate had 84 cards.
really?
Yeah.
But oh wow.
I think it's fine. 84 is fine. That's
Yeah.
plenty.
Especially if you're looking for a particular
No.
Disney
For
experience.
everyone. I have like a deck of 400 now.
I disagree that you need more than 84.
Just throw in some of the Leo Colavini cards in there too. That'll
exactly
work.
right.
Throw in the onions.
Anyway, it says that these cards, they're all new cards from Pixar and Disney films. Natalie Dombois took 2 years to do these cards.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive. I mean,
Oh, this is going to be a
This
lovely.
is coming to
this is going to be a
Barnes
lovely
and
game.
Nobles.
and it kind of makes sense because you have to assume that Disney has to approve
Yes,
all of the art.
I bet.
So yeah,
Yeah, this is going to be. That'll be a really classy game.
I'm
bet.
sure you're right. Yeah, they'll probably do it upright.
Hopefully, this will be sold at a Disney resort.
Oh, I would think
Yeah.
so.
That would
That
make
would
me
be
happy
nice.
to see that sort of
That
thing
would
being
be
sold there
very
because
nice.
the Disney stuff at the resort now is trash. All right. Many of you have been excited about the next Crew game. Here we have it. Let's take a look at this. The Crew. Return to Planet 9.
Die Crew.
This is actually a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah, it's
What?
not a game. It's going to be sold at
Where's
Barnes
the
and Noble.
trick taking?
There's
Where's
100?
the cooperation? Where's the theme?
There's 150 different decisions over 300 pages.
That's it?
So 2 decisions
get
per
your fingers
page.
ready.
No, 1 for every 2 pages.
To save your spots in the
Like,
book.
just in case this goes badly. You die. No, I made the other choice.
I think they should keep that name in when they change it to English. Put Die, comma,
put
Crew.
Die Crew.
It works. All right. In infamous Traffic 2, this is one of many games. You can look back. I think it was a week ago.
Last week,
Whirligig did a video of Cole Worley and
His brother.
talking about all their upcoming games. They do very historical games. Mike likes PAX Premiere.
I like PAX Premiere a lot. I like Root. Well, I mean, as far as the Whirligig games, yes, PAX Premiere 2nd edition is terrific.
And
Right.
John Company just came out. It's a very
second
high acclaim.
edition.
The second edition of John
Right.
Company.
And they're doing that same treatment for this infamous Traffic game, a 2nd edition. And if it's anything like the 2nd editions of PAX Premiere and what I hear from John Company, there will be significant development, some actual mechanical changes. They usually, do the components for the Whirligig games are off the charts.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this next cover is gorgeous. That's Nautilus Island.
Yeah, I like
I
this.
really
This
like
is
how that
a
looks.
design
Bright and
duo.
cheerful. This is from Johannes Guppy. Why do I know that name?
He was a co-designer of Orichalcum,
Yes, yes.
And Theo Rivera.
who was a co-designer on The Loop
And a lot of
a
things.
number
Tails
of different
been
games.
all over now.
Yeah,
His name is very established at this
Very
point.
prolific. So
If you're a player in this game, you're stranded on a desert island, but you found an abandoned submarine. So fix it and get out.
it's coming from Funny Fox, right?
It is. That theme is not particularly different than Forbidden Island, but all
Well,
right.
we'll come
no,
back to
Forbidden
that.
Island has a helicopter coming in to get you.
It does.
I'm thinking Forbidden Desert where you make the airplane and get out.
Yeah.
It's a stunning looking cover, though.
Who
Again,
is the
I
artist here?
I tend to like these kinds of games.
Yeah, I do too.
That's Clement Masson.
Okay, yeah.
All right? I
It
like
looks
that
like the
art.
Nautilus. It looks like the what's that Antoine Boza game with the submarines? It kinda
Oh,
looks
like
that. Oceanus.
Oceania,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks like that art.
Keep that image in your head, because
Okay.
now we're going to Tanis. This is a new game coming from Phil Walker Harding, who's going back to his roots and doing more Egyptian stuff.
Yep.
This is from Eagle Griffin Games, and as you can see, Ian O'Toole not involved.
No, it's not a Lacerda. It's part of their bookshelf series, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. So
You don't like the look of that? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, man. They just threw some big icons there. There's an Ankh standing up there
To
for
me,
no reason.
it looks a little too similar, like Luxor, the Queen game. I don't. It looks a little. It's not bad art. I think it's very generic art.
No, I don't. I'm not necessarily criticizing the art. I'm criticizing the layout of that cover.
It's okay.
That makes me not want to play that game.
Interesting.
It looks like,
wow.
collect these icons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that cover?
Yeah.
I don't.
So the bookshelf series, that's the one that is got like ink and gold and
It's in its.
right.
They've done more than 20.
The
I think,
little
at this
ones?
point.
Is that the bookshelf series
I
or is
don't
it
know.
not?
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah, it started with. There's Money was the first one.
Right, yeah.
It was For Sale,
Sale.
and they've gone on and on.
Oh, I thought this was going to be a big box. Okay.
I don't.
well.
It's a 2-player only game.
Yeah, and they're all over the place in quality.
Yeah.
Some of them, like For Sale, are some of the
Or
best
ink and
games
gold.
ever.
Terrific. Yeah.
And others are like Birds on a Wire and Cornucopia that you
Looting
probably never heard
London.
of.
Looting London also did not get a lot of love.
Yeah, it's an okay game.
However,
It's
this is
very
Phil Walker
abstract.
Harding, so we're assuming it's good.
Yeah, and according to Chris, who is the resident Phil Walker Harding expert, most of his prototypes are set in ancient Egypt, and then publishers either change the theme or don't.
Really?
That's what he said. He says he kind of, that's his go-to. I think it was in a designer diary or something. Yeah.
All right, let's stop talking now about. We went on and on about Disney. Now we're going to go on and on about trick taking.
Let's do
Be
it.
prepared.
It's a trick-taking
crew.
renaissance, folks.
So first of all, we have trick-taking news. Here we got Zimbabwe trick and Dois.
Dois, yeah.
Or do is.
These are both from the designer of Ghost of Christmas, 9 Lives.
Which we're reviewing this week.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy's
so-
like all over trick taking.
yeah, and these are older
night.
designs. These are older designs. I want to say
Okay.
one of them's maybe 2019.
Well, that's ancient.
Yeah, older, I should say, of course.
So this is from a company called New Mill Industries. Let's see what else they've done. The only game Union Station, London Necropolis Railway, Reapers, and the Science and Seance Society. All these games are ranked very low.
I think they're small projects. I think they are all
Travis Hill did the one. Okay.
Yeah. Like I think even maybe it were part of a Make 100 program. At least some of them might have been. I don't know that for sure, but
So are they reprinting these?
they're making them available into the English-speaking market.
It says we are a punk rock publisher.
There you go.
Do you say that about yourself?
I don't say that about myself, no.
I think it means DIY kind of a
I'm
thing.
not
There's
a publisher, though.
I like a punk rock ethos. I like that.
So one of the
Ethos.
guys in charge of this is Daniel Newman, who designed Dead Men's Cabal.
Got it.
Okay.
And then the other guy is Tony Miller, who did Kabuto Sumo.
Oh,
Okay.
got it. Okay.
right.
Okay. Cool. Hey, I'm
been on a kick on
I have
these.
been on a trick-taking kick, and
Yeah.
so I'm excited to try these. I've liked his designs so far. So,
Well, the first one, the Zimbabwe, simulates hyperinflation.
Zimbabwe.
Oh, you're right. That is Zimbabwe. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you're gonna play cards on top of other cards to make larger values.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Duis, that's gonna be released as a game called Charms, actually.
Okay.
And you have a hand of number cards and suit cards, and you play one out of each, but you play only one card per turn, changing only the number in the suit as you attempt to make your bid. So, like, I'll have a pink card in front of me, and now I play a 3, so I have a pink 3. And I play a yellow,
Got it.
now I play a yellow 3. Or I play a
Interesting.
4, now on the pink 3, and now it's a pink 4.
I got it, yeah.
That sounds really interesting and
There-
bizarre. That one sounds more interesting to me.
There's always some
There's some
hook
weirdness,
with their games.
some crazy stuff.
All right, I'm interested.
We're not done yet, though. We got Trick Takers. Not a big fan of this name, actually. This is from the Portland Games Collective. So there's a lot of small companies making.
They're bringing, they brought over Haggis, I want to say, and yeah.
So this is 3 rounds of 5 tricks each, and you want to win 2 of the 3 rounds, or not a trick at all, or your character's victory condition.
I like the look of these. You don't like the look of these?
No,
I like
I said I
that.
didn't like the name.
I like that logo though.
Yeah, I've heard that this is a bit of a heavier trick taker, like there's more stuff going on.
Really?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Someone showed this to me at the retreat. I remember that now
Oh,
because
really?
they said there's all special abilities and
Yes,
stuff with these
yes.
different characters,
Right.
And there's different roles, so it's kind of like a Citadel's type trick taking.
Got
game.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard there's buzz about it for sure in the trick-taking circles, you know.
All right, let's jump to the IP that's everywhere now. No, it's not. I'm not saying it's Sherlock Holmes. Jekyll and Hyde. So you guys played Jekyll and Hyde, right?
Yes, again, I got to review it on the channel, so check that out if you want to know more about the game at the top there.
Yeah.
Standalone sequel. This is from Mandu Games from Korea, called Jekyll and Hyde versus Scotland Yard.
Yeah.
Which is a weird way to title that because wouldn't one of them be helping Scotland Yard?
I'm not sure exactly how it works. I know the
Yeah.
original game, it's a two-player only trick-taking game in which one player is Jekyll, and they want balance, and the other player is Hyde, and they want that discord. They want disbalance and chaos. And so that's the main hook there with the original game. One player is trying to make sure, Jekyll, that both players have the same number of tricks. You don't care who takes which. Same number, or as close as possible.
Okay.
The other player wants them to be uneven.
Right.
And they don't care if you're the one who ends up taking 5 and I take 1, or vice versa. It doesn't matter to me.
Interesting.
As long as they're unequal.
As long as they are as unequal as possible,
Yep.
right. So Jekyll and Hyde versus Scotland Yard is a cooperative two-player trick-taking game.
Right.
With, I guess, Jekyll and Hyde agreeing to work against Scotland Yard or something like
along
that.
those lines,
Well,
yeah.
Jekyll, it says you want to maintain that duality, which you just mentioned, but also not get caught by the police.
Yeah, so...
Right.
Sounds interesting. The first one is a freaky, strange game.
Yeah, it is.
I am looking forward to seeing what the designer does with this follow-up.
Me too.
This is a story-based game. It's now cooperative. The first one was not cooperative.
Yep.
Story-based game. Sorry.
and they added a new.
I'm repeating that.
They added a
so-
co-designer to this one too.
Oh, there is a co-designer.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I'm not familiar with the co-designer. I'm not. Yeah.
Olivia, I can't quite
Also,
read that.
Vincent Dutrait.
That's all. Why don't you start there next time, okay? No one cares about what the gameplay is. It's Vincent Dutrait artwork.
I'm pretty happy with what Mandu is. Is it Mandu? You said Mandu, right? That's the pronunciation.
Mandu, I think.
Mandu. I'm really pretty happy with what they've been doing. I mean, they had a big presence at Essen. They do some really interesting stuff. They really do.
They do. I like them a lot. And the new one's cooperative.
Yes, it's cooperative. Correct.
There's a new Dungeon Scrollers, Dungeons and Dragons.
You liked
themed
this
game.
one, right?
I did like it.
I didn't play it.
It's. I gotta
Remember which one was which? They're like 2 or 3 of these came out at the same time.
3 came out at the same
Well, there's
time.
the paper cutting one was also like right around the same time. That was different, yeah.
This one's themed on Heroes of Waterdeep.
Yeah.
So the Waterdeep city, that's a very popular city in Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, I think we're back.
All right, we're back.
We think we're back. Yes.
All right, we're talking now about Micro Macro. The 4th version of Micro Macro is coming out, and now you can put them all together. Well, I guess you always could.
But was that
Something that
advertised?
was told
necessarily?
us that was the case, and I never knew that anyway. Also, how are you supposed to? Where are you going to put? Micro Macro takes up a good chunk of the table. One of
Sure,
those.
sure.
For 4, you have to use the floor, and I'm
using
too old
the
to do
floor.
that these days.
Is it also like just a cute thing, or do you actually utilize previous maps? I don't think that doesn't make any sense to me.
Because you've already
Well, hopefully they had the foresight to put stuff on all the maps. That's cool if that's true.
No. That's exactly what I'm saying, though. Like, when I buy a new one, I can abut that to a previous map. That's cute.
But yeah.
But does the gameplay
but.
from the second one, let's say, spill over into the map for the first? I have to assume not. That would be insanity, seeing as how I can just buy the second one.
No, I'm
So what's the
assuming.
point?
I'm assuming that when you have all 4, then there will be something that ties them,
That
all,
ties them
together.
all together.
Later on.
Yeah.
Or it's in the 4th one.
Or stop it. Okay, got it.
Oh, I don't mind.
I mind.
Okay, I don't mind if there's a connection between all 4, as long as you don't need to own all 4 to do one. If that
Right.
makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
like as long as they're independent and you're not like, follow this guy back onto map 1. I'm like, no, I don't have that one. That's insanity. They have to be standalone.
Yeah, someone in the comments mentioned about paper in their walls. I would love to put these on the wall, just to walk by and look at.
Yeah.
It's just that the black and white.
You
That's
look like a
look,
straight up
though.
murderer. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's a look. That black and white
No,
thing.
I get that the black and white's a look, and it's a good look for a game. I don't think it's a good look for a wall.
I disagree. It depends on what the wall color is. If
What
the
color
wall,
would
if
you
the
like?
wall
What does
color
it
is,
matter what color the wall is?
it makes a huge difference.
No,
if you've
because
got
that's
a
gonna
white
be-
wall and you put it up there, it's not going to look good. If you've got a color that's going to make that pop, it's going
It's
to
not
look
going to.
good.
These aren't transparent. It's still going to be a big white. The city's still on a white background.
Have you not seen white art before? Art with a lot of white space? I mean, that's
I
a
don't
whole
care about the
look.
white art. I care about going up and looking at it. I just think I would have more fun if it was color.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I can have my kids color it.
The point being, you guys are forgetting these come in a folded piece of paper. It's going to be creased beyond repair.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
If you
what
sold me
irons are
this
for. That's what
as a piece of
irons are
artwork
for.
that is rolled and I take it home and lay it flat, and I'm not ironing out this piece of
You need to iron your
junk
city.
to
Can
put
you
on my
iron
wall.
paper and
Iron
get
the
it
Iron
city.
out?
paper, yeah, put something over it and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
iron.
yeah.
Ooh,
You've never done that?
I have not.
Oh, I love to iron anything. Mm-hmm. Literally anything I'll iron.
That's correct.
Good. From now on, we go traveling. You can be my new ironer of my shirts at conventions.
No.
You just said you love to iron.
I said I can iron anything. Like your ventricles. Okay?
All right.
Get all the wrinkles
Two
out.
more pieces of news. Big stuff here, folks.
There we go.
So, Scorpion Mask has said, hey, we're tired of making small party games.
This is Scorpion Mask's first crowdfunding project.
Is that
It is.
right?
Yeah.
It's also, as far as I can tell, their biggest game that they've made, not counting the large version of...
The robot deduction.
Oh, they were part of that?
No, yeah. What is that called?
What's the game?
Decrypto.
Decrypto.
Jeez.
They made a
Decrypto.
giant
They did.
Decrypto.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
This here is based, this is Dead Cells. This is based on a video game, which I am very sorry to say, I've never even heard of.
I'm not familiar with it. Honestly, I probably would have had very little interest in this project until I saw the design team, and now I
agree.
am very interested.
Well, that I disagree on. I think this cover looks like when you say Dead Cells, that sounds interesting.
It's a video game, though. Have you played the video game?
No, but I never even heard of it.
You got to hear of it first.
It's a
You might hate the video
A
game.
roguelike video game. So okay,
Go ahead and Google it real quick. Dead Cells.
Oh, it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
Can we get this? It's on Steam.
Stem. Yeah.
What's happening here?
Is there a Dead Cells iOS?
Nah.
Oh,
Is there?
interesting. There is.
Okay.
Well, then try
Is
it. Let's
free
do a stream.
or
I'm going to be playing Dead Cells on Monday, and what's happening?
I'm going to get it now. Well, it
I'm
depends on
going
how
to
much
get it
costs.
first.
How much do you think it costs?
$20.
$1,200?
Actually, if it does cost $20, I'm more inclined to be interested in
Because
it.
you know it's going to be a good
Because-
product. Yeah.
This one is $9, but then it says offers in-app purchases. That bothers me.
How much
more.
is it? $9.99?
$10 plus
$8.99?
plus IAPs.
All right.
Nah.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, so forgetting all that, and maybe some people say, "Oh, it's amazing."
It's included in
it's included in
Apple Arcade.
Tom's, yeah.
Tom's back in.
I'm back in, baby.
Anyway, this design team is stellar, and so I'm hoping the game is good.
agree.
We're talking about the board game now.
Yeah, Bowser and Lebrat, and I can't see them all there, but
LeBlanc, Theo
Teo
Rivera.
Rivera,
Yeah, I
Ludovic
mean-
Montblanc is in this.
yeah, that's a nice little collective there.
And they said 45 minutes, and normally I would scoff, but these guys can do that.
They can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Were they the team that did Draftosaurus too?
Yes, I believe so.
And that's a super quick little game.
Unfortunately, they're also the team that did that
Arcase.
Arcades
That has
game
not
that
come out
is
yet.
lost in limbo.
Yeah.
Where is Arcades?
Anyway, this is coming to crowdfunding in Q2, and then it will probably come out next year. So
Yeah.
Looks neat. This is going to make a bunch of money.
by the
think
time this
so?
comes
Video
out,
game is popular.
I
Oh,
will
that's a
have
good point.
a chance to have played the game.
Now you'll know.
That's happening today.
That's correct.
Look at that sword.
Yeah, it's a
seems like it would-
necro sword.
It seems like it would break really easily at that one middle point
It
there.
better not have break. If it has broken equipment, I'm out. I hate breaking equipment in games. And I love Zelda, but I hate that.
I'm hoping they change it for the upcoming one.
That
We'll
would be
see.
nice.
All right. And then, out of nowhere, news none of us expected.
Okay.
No, this
Forbidden
was.
Jungle.
I am kind of surprised by this. I thought they might be done with this series.
I agree. It's been
what I
a
just
while.
said.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic. I'm sorry. I really
Oh, you're
did.
right. I am sarcastic a lot. To be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Okay. No, when you announced it, I was like, oh, I thought this series
Yeah.
was done. Because I thought Forbidden
Sky.
Skies, they were like, oh, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
I agree.
We don't have a lot of information other than the cell sheet, but that's enough to get me excited.
Well,
I
let
mean,
me
What does it say?
zoom
Tom,
in on
read it
this
to me,
cell
please.
sheet here.
Read it to me.
Embark on the next thrilling chapter in the Forbidden series.
Okay.
Your team has crash landed on a mysterious jungle planet, and you need
Yes.
to work together to survive. Oh, it's like
Yes.
space.
Wait. Jungle
planet.
Planet.
Have you not learned every planet in sci-fi has one terrain type?
Yeah, okay.
It's a jungle planet, Zee.
Okay.
Search the ruins of an abandoned outpost for an elusive escape portal while fending off the ever-growing horde of venomous creatures and an escalating chain of collapsing locations.
I'm in.
Shift tiles to power up the portal and live to see another day.
Shift
It is by
tiles.
Matt Leacock, but wow, this does sound like he went back to his roots to do the
Sounds
first
closer
two
to
games.
desert, and because you have shifting tiles, because the sand kind of shifted stuff around. This is probably shifting
collapsing tiles
locations.
is from the first one.
It's from the first one.
I'm going to say this is basically a slide puzzle.
I hate slide puzzles. I hope that's not true.
I'm going to say that this is basically a slide puzzle.
I
stuff up.
hate
Yes.
slide
We do
puzzles.
not know if that's true or
I'm
not.
making things up, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this game involves slide puzzles and closed circuits.
Okay,
So
let's
there's
see.
there's
Like the
something we
last
can.
one.
There's certain things we know, right? It's going to be in a tin.
Yes.
It's going to be reasonably priced.
Yes.
And it's going to have components that seem like they are way above the value of what it costs.
Unless something has changed, yes.
That's what they. I mean,
45 minutes, 2 to
Yeah.
5 players. It weighs 1.9 pounds. It's 8 by 8 by 3. These cell sheets are useful. 42 cards, 24 tiles, 24 web tokens, 20 eggs stolen from Wingspan. Doesn't
it.
say that. 15 hatchlings, 12 alien creatures, 6 pawns, 6 meter clips,
Yeah.
a threat meter, and a threat meter stand.
Are there cards?
42.
because
Okay.
you'll have to have equipment cards and stuff.
All right.
Okay, no, I'm
this really does
excited.
sound like
When
he's
is
gone
this
back to the
coming
roots. That, I have no information on this cell sheet for.
I need to know that.
If you got a sell sheet already, I bet it'll be out
Soon, right?
Q2, Q3
Yeah.
latest. Yeah, would be my guess.
No, that's cool. I'm all over it.
Me too.
Except the tin. But what do you do?
Yeah,
don't
that's
mind
just
that.
part of it, you know.
Still hate tins.
I'm not
So many
thrilled,
years
but-
later. They stabbed my brother. Tins. Tins. Me and tins. All right, that's the news, folks. Let's keep going.